So a little status update. Last night they delivered a bunch of panels for these two sides here that are going to be panels, not poured. These short pilings, if that's what you want to call them, are not really pilings. They're for the stays or the anchors. So this is the piece that will get tied into the block that's buried, the concrete block, and run out to the posts. That's what these are, these short ones. There's some more here. There's a pile of long ones here that are back to the 4.5 meter long ones that we had here yesterday. They brought some of these in tonight, they brought some of these in last night. And as you can see, they've got this side pretty well finished up. I think they're getting ready to drill the corner post now. Let's see, they got them pretty straight. We're going to hang out here a minute and make sure we're okay with this corner piece. And then I'm going to go hang out in the Salah and let them keep working or do whatever they want to do. They got a transit out, set a level, mark this column here, or this pile. They're using a bucket full of dirt to tap on the top of these to pound them down. And now it looks like they're going to lift that one a little because it's low. So apparently they're not going to bury these in the ground any more than what they really are. They're just going to level these out, drop these panels in there, and pour a beam on top with a post on top of it. I assume they would pour a beam on the bottom because that's what I've seen elsewhere. But I got to go look at the drawing, but I thought the drawing showed a low bottom beam in it. I know it does on that wall, but I'll have to go check this one. You know, lift that up, plunk some dirt down the holes, get under it, and then they'll tap it back down. But he's literally just using a bucket full of dirt for weight, just tapping on the top. Apparently they took the transit, set this mark with the mark we put on the side of that pole the other day, which is the level I wanted the top of the beam. Which would be easy to do from there. You just take your little transit stick over there, catch a number, come over here, catch a number on the pole. They drove the stake in, set the measure on top of it, make sure it was right. They took probably a random measurement on the stick, took it over there, held it up against the pole, raised and lowered the stick till it read the same thing as what it did here, and then they marked it. And they went over there, did the same thing, run a string line from here to there. So I assume they'll do this along here. They'll use the mark on that pole, go down there, use the transit, find the same level there, and they'll go in and level all those the same as well. They'll probably come back one more time, give them an up and down vertical level square, and then kind of bury them. But I'm going to go look at that drawing right now. I actually have it over here on the Salah. So a little update. The guys have been here yesterday and today. They're getting all the... He's on the phone. They're getting all the rebar put in for the lower beam on this wall. Looks like they've got everything ready. They just gotta basically form it in, get it up off the ground, and it'll be ready to pour. The builder was here earlier today, so he's on his way back here in just a minute. They're gonna mark out the piling locations, and they were scheduled to drive piles tomorrow. We have no piles here, but it looks like the pile driver's here. So I don't know if they're just getting the truck here to get ready, but yeah, we haven't even got it marked out yet. But yeah, exciting things happening. We'll keep you updated as we move through today and tomorrow. Again, I'm not going to show all the details, pounding every damn stake in and all that crap. People don't want to see that, or at least I don't when I'm watching videos, so you're not going to have to watch it either. We were told they would drive piles on the 24th for the house. That's tomorrow, obviously, right? First, I want to give you a little update on the wall. The guys have spent yesterday afternoon and today getting all the rebar ready. They've got it all the way around. So now all they got to do is form it and pour it, and the bottom beam will be done. And then they'll just take the panels
I believe this is what will happen. They'll take those panels, drop them down in there. It's supposed to be, I believe, 2 meters of panels. Then they will basically pour a beam just like this across the top. The top of that beam is supposed to be a 1/2 meter above grade at that post we marked the other day. I would think by tomorrow they'd be ready for concrete, but I don't see anything here for forms, so maybe not. As I said, we were told they would drive piles on the 24th, which means we got to get the house laid out. Duke was here earlier, the contractor was here earlier, dropped off some stuff. He ran to get some more stuff. He's got some people here hanging out waiting for him to get back so they can go around and mark all the pilings. So the driver knows, the pile driver, knows where to drive the piling. There are no piling here yet for the house, so I'm not sure why the pile driver's here. Unless there's supposed to be some delivered today, I don't know. So he's got guys waiting over there, guys waiting over here, and I don't know what these guys are waiting for. Must be waiting on Duke to get the forms or something, I'm not sure. So I barely finished recording that last segment. Turned around, looked up the road. P&D Duke showed up with a load of forms, and the pile truck showed up. And we haven't even got this thing staked out yet, so I don't know. Apparently they're going to drive some piles today, one day early. That's a good thing. Well, we had our first casualty. The pile truck, when he was coming across the backside of the village, went to make the sharp turn onto the bridge. The tail of his truck swung out and hit that concrete wall you can see way off in the distance on the other side of the river there. Punched a couple holes in it, and the guy came over here and said, oh, he cracked my wall. Talked to some pit. Told him he needs to talk to the driver of the truck. He got on his motorbike and left. I don't know what he thinks is going to happen with it, but I really don't think we should be responsible for it. I mean, if FedEx or Carrie's delivering a package to your house and they run over a kid, just because they're delivering your package doesn't mean you're responsible for it. So, I don't know. But he never talked to the driver, never got any information or nothing. He just left. They have got the forms here for the beam, the bottom beam. They're tying them into the post right now. You can see they're running rods through there, and they're wiring the rebar through the posts. And I assume they will put the forms on. They'll be about ready for concrete. Roughly laid out the house. From there, they went in and they put all these stakes around the outside, boards, made sure they were all level with the transit. And then they measured out where the column spacing is on these boards to put nails in. And now they're running strings across to set the little sticks that they're painting red where every column will go. Or piling, I'm sorry, piling, not column. And actually, the columns will stand right on top of those pilings. So in theory, that's where the columns will go also. And I'm going to say, for the record, so far, everybody looks like they know what they're doing, except the pile truck driver that hit the wall in town. Everything else is just going. So that's a good thing. So far, so good. Just hope the next 6 months goes that way. And then I assume once they get all these in place, they'll bring the pile driver, they'll open up that frame over there so they can back that pile driver in here and then start driving. So they've got all the marks out for the pilings and the pile drivers here. I think they're going to start driving piles here in a minute. All the piles are stacked over there. They came from Ubon down here with these pilings. And that's about a little over an hour drive, probably almost an hour and a half or more in that truck, I'm sure. But yeah, we're going to let them get set up here and we'll show you how this thing works. First few meters shouldn't be too hard.
Because this dirt's not old, and then we got funky mud underneath, kind of. Yeah, it's dropping fast. Now it's slowing down. So he's marking 1 meter, 1 meter. Now he can pull the stick. And he knows exactly where to put that post. It's getting hard now. That's good. That's what we want to see. If they can't get him in, then I imagine the contractor will just cut him off.